Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. Arsenal's Bukayo Saka became embroiled in a row with injured Real Madrid star Dani Carvajal as tempers boiled over at half-time of the Champions League quarter-final tie at the Bernabeu. Saka, who missed a penalty in the first half when his Panenka effort was saved by Thibaut Courtois, was making his way down the tunnel when he was grabbed on the neck by Carvajal, who then approached the Gunners winger and raised his hand towards him. The pair then became involved in an angry exchange as they were quickly surrounded by others, with Saka clearly angered by the attention of Carvajal, who remained sidelined with an ACL injury sustained in October. Saka pushed Carvajal away, with Gunners substitute Ben White also quickly on the scene to back up his teammate. It is unclear what Carvajal had said to Saka after approaching him, but the six-time Champions League winner may well have been referencing the England winger's weak first-half penalty. Saka saw his Panenka effort easily saved by Courtois after referee Francois Letexier had judged that Real Madrid defender Raul Asensio had pulled down Mikel Merino in the box from a corner. Commentating on BBC Radio 5 Live, the former Arsenal defender Matthew Upson said, "I just can't believe the selection of penalty here from Bukayo Saka. I am so surprised. It's such a bad penalty. He's chipped it to the side Thibaut Courtois dives to." TNT sports pundit Ali McCoist said, "I can't believe it. The goalkeeper does unbelievable. It's not a great pen. He gives the goalkeeper an opportunity to lift a left hand, and the left hand is strong." However, Saka would go on to have the last laugh on Carvajal and Madrid in the second half when he opened the scoring in the 65th minute with a fine finish after being fouled by Merino. Vinicius Jr. quickly pulled one back for Real Madrid when he profited from an error from William Saliba and fired home. But Arsenal's impressive defensive display kept the hosts at bay and ensured that they never really threatened to overturn their 3-0 first-leg deficit, with Gabriel Martinelli's stoppage time strike ensuring the Gunners won 2-1 on the night. UEFA have explained why Real Madrid saw their penalty cancelled in the first half of their Champions League tie with Arsenal. After losing the first leg 3-0 at the Emirates, the Spanish Giants thought they had a chance to pull a goal back at the Bernabeu on Wednesday, as Kylian Mbappe fell under Declan Rice's challenge. Referee Francois Letexier initially gave a spot kick to the anger of the Arsenal midfielder, who was booked in the aftermath. That booking would have seen Rice banned for the semi-finals, but the decision was cancelled after a lengthy VAR check. A check that included both a potential offside and the foul being examined, with Rice's booking eventually rescinded. UEFA quickly released a statement clarifying the decision. It read, "No penalty, no foul. Arsenal's player number 41, Rice did not commit a foul on the opponent." A number of pundits shared their thoughts on the incident, with many agreeing with the decision to chalk the penalty off. Ali McCoist said on TNT Sports, "Does he give Mbappe a yellow card? I'm putting my cards on the table right now. I am delighted to see that decision." Ex-Arsenal defender Matt Upson, commenting on BBC Radio 5 Live, added, "Declan Rice knew. His reaction told us all. He's such an honest player. He couldn't believe it, especially with the yellow card coming out and knowing he's missing the semi-final." Theo Walcott also gave his thoughts. He said the referee has created this situation. Where he gave that penalty to Real, it was the right decision to overturn it. Arsenal shouldn't have had their penalty either, by the way. The cancelled penalty was the second controversial incident during Wednesday's quarter-final. Arsenal were awarded their own penalty after a VAR check. Bukayo Saka was the man to step up, but failed to beat Thibaut Courtois. Despite that, Madrid players still crowded the referee to voice their complaints at the half-time whistle. Arsenal only needed to avoid a defeat by 3 or more goals at the Bernabeu to progress to the semi-finals for the first time in nearly 20 years. They already know their opponents, should they get there, with a clash against French champions Paris Saint-Germain set to come. The League One side progressed by Arsenal's Premier League rivals Aston Villa, following a dramatic decider in Birmingham on Tuesday evening. Arsenal star Bukayo Saka bounced back from a first-half penalty miss at the Santiago Bernabeu to help send the Gunners through to the Champions League semi-finals. After the dust settled on the 2-1 win, which wrapped up a 5-1 aggregate triumph, his message on social media was a simple one. Tagging himself at Real Madrid's famous stadium, the England forward shared photos of his second-half goal and his celebrations. The one-word caption on his Instagram post read simply, "Faith." Saka, who returned from hamstring surgery in time for the first leg win at home to Madrid, saw a first-half penalty poured to safety by Thibaut Courtois at the Bernabeu. He rebounded in style though, beating the offside trap and dinking the ball over the Belgian keeper to give Arsenal the lead in the 65th minute. Vinicius Jr. delivered an immediate equaliser on the night, but Carlo Ancelotti's side weren't able to ramp up the pressure with a second goal. It got worse for them in time added on, with Gabriel Martinelli finishing off a rapid break by slotting the ball calmly home. After the game, Saka also clashed with Real Madrid star Dani Carvajal in the tunnel, with teammate Ben White stepping in. However, after the game, he was focused on celebrating a momentous win for his club. A number of current and former teammates congratulated Saka in the comments under his post. "A night to remember," wrote Declan Rice, with ex-Gunners Granit Xhaka and Alexandre Lacazette among the others to share their own messages. Saka has spoken openly in the past about his Christian faith. The 23-year-old uses the hashtag #GodsChild in his Instagram profile and opened up about his religion during the 2022 World Cup. "I read my Bible every night," he said in December 2022. "For me, it's really important to have the presence of God in me all the time, and it gives me more confidence to know that God's plan is perfect, so I can go on the pitch and know that God has my back." After the win in Madrid, Saka reflected on the victory in a TNT Sports interview. Arsenal will face Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals after Luis Enrique's team claimed a 5-4 aggregate victory over Aston Villa, and Saka scored in a 2-0 home win over the same opponents in October during the league phase. "We showed that we can play in Europe and beat one of the best teams in the world, home and away," Arsenal's hero said. "Very proud of this team. Tonight was a big statement and I am so happy for everyone." "It can happen," he said when asked about his penalty miss. "I tried something, but it didn't work. I was confident I was going to score tonight. I learn in every moment. Tonight, I am more focused on enjoying the win and then I will review it properly." Arsenal defender William Saliba has been warned over the pitfalls of a possible transfer to Real Madrid. Los Blancos have widely been credited with interest in the Frenchman and are even said to have been in contact with his camp over a possible move. But former Gunners midfielder Emmanuel Petit has urged caution from both Saliba and Arsenal over coming to any agreement. Petit has warned his countrymen he would face a blank slate and have the difficult task of winning over the Madristas. Saliba is set to face Real Madrid in the second leg of the pair's Champions League quarter-final clash, having helped his side keep a clean sheet against the La Liga giants a week ago. The 24-year-old will hope to produce a similarly stingy performance on Wednesday night as Mikel Arteta's team defend a 3-goal lead. The France international is said to be on Real Madrid's transfer list for the summer of 2026, despite confirming his hope to become an Arsenal legend. And Petit believes the North London side would be foolish to consider selling a key member of their spine as they bid to add more talent to their squad. Drawing upon his own experience of leaving Arsenal for a La Liga giant, Petit has advised Saliba to exercise caution if he is considering a move to the Bernabeu. The pundit suggested the move might not pay off. William Saliba is enjoying his time at Arsenal so far, Petit told Standard Sport. He loves the way Arsenal plays and has become a different kind of player. He's now with the France national team because of what he has done with Arsenal. If he goes to Real Madrid, it's another story. It's the same with Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's one thing playing with Liverpool, where you have been loved by the fans for such a long time and won many trophies, but it's a different story when you go to Real Madrid. I have experienced that. When I left Arsenal, I was loved by the fans. When I went to Barcelona, it was a blank page, a new story that I had to write. I had to forget what I had done in the past and deliver with a new club. It will be the same with Saliba. I can understand that it could be a dream for a player to sign for the best club in the world, but the grass is not really greener outside. There's been a lot of speculation in the last few months about Arsenal spending a lot of money, the next transfer market, signing strikers, wingers, and I totally agree with that. But I've said many times recently, they have to be very aware of keeping their best players through the spine of the team if they want to improve, if they want to reach the next step. What does it mean if you bring top strikers in and then you lose your top defenders? Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta will be able to call upon Ben White and Thomas Partey for Wednesday's Champions League game away to Real Madrid. The news on Jorginho is less positive though, with the Italian midfielder ruled out through injury. The positive one, Ben White managed to train with us, Arteta told reporters. Yeah, Thomas is available. He felt good after the last few days, and he's fine. Arteta also confirmed Jorginho was not here for the game in Spain. The former Chelsea star was injured late on against Brentford on Saturday and left unable to breathe, according to the manager. And he joins the likes of Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus on the sidelines. He said he could not breathe properly, so it might be to do with one of the ribs, the Arsenal boss said after the weekend game. It is strange because Jorgi normally carries on, so that means it is something significant, I think. Partey was also withdrawn against Brentford, with the boss saying Arsenal didn't want to take any risks, while White missed the game entirely. However, both are available on Wednesday. Arsenal claimed a momentous 3-0 win in the first leg, with Declan Rice scoring twice from direct free kicks and Mikel Merino adding a third. The tie isn't over though, with Arsenal chasing a first run to the semis of the competition in more than a decade. I think it is exciting, the history, yes. We have never won the competition, he said. We are trying to do something now where we can dominate the European competition. Arteta was also full of praise for midfielder Rice, the hero of the first leg win. The 26-year-old has already won one European trophy, captaining West Ham to Conference League glory in 2023, and now has the chance to add another. I think he's creating a story with us. That moment will be in our history for a while, Arteta said. It is about creating more, and I think he is going to have to believe he is capable of creating those moments. Real Madrid have never come back from a 3-0 first leg deficit in Europe, but have delivered momentous comebacks in recent years. Last season, they trailed in their semi-final against Bayern Munich with just 2 minutes remaining, only for super sub Joselu to send them through with a quick-fire brace. It is something that you want to be a part of. It is something that you want to add to the history of this club, Madrid and England star Jude Bellingham said on Tuesday, ahead of the Arsenal return leg. There is not a lot you can do for Real Madrid in the Champions League that has not already been done. Tomorrow is an opportunity for us to do something that has not been done for the first time, and that is really important to us.